Happy day. It's so good to see everybody. This is tirra-olufemi, your goddess guru, here to share a word of inspiration to assist you along your way. Today is January the 10th, 2011. And so I have just certain things that I'm talking about right now because it is the beginning of this calendar year. And one of the things I wanted to mention is that I do a yearly community divination at my website, which is www.goddessbodymindspirit.com. And if you just look at the bottom link on the video or the description, I make sure to put that in there because that is a long web address. But if you go there, just look for community divination and you will find what thus saith the oracle. I am a diviner. I consult the oracle and I use an oracle out of ancient Egypt that is based on the ancient Egyptian system of spirituality. And every year I go to it, or I go to it as often as I need to get a word of wisdom to provide a roadmap to help me stay on the straight and narrow in my self-realization process, because that's really why we're here. We're here to learn who are we and to experience all the greatness and wonder of who we are, and on my road to self-mastery. There's so many things about myself that I need to master, and the oracle helps. Well, this year, for the second time in a row, last year 2010 and this year 2011, the first card that I pulled is the Geb card. Geb has to do with the earth, and so as a result of that, I chose and was guided to choose Mother Earth as the goddess wisdom that we are to follow this year. And one of the things I like to talk about is the importance of attuning ourselves. We are vibration. We are energy in a body. And I will sound very new agey to some of you. And because I'm a scientist, what I'd like to say is anything that I say, just take it and see if you can find it to be true or to disprove it. So at this point, I'll sound new agey, but this is what I know to be true. We are vibration. And what is very important, this is what Gab is saying, is what is very important for us as we work with Mother Earth energy is to attune ourselves vibrationally using the energy of the earth. Good ways to think about it is the elements. We have earth, fire, water, and air. And so in any number of ways, we can get out into nature and attune ourselves. Many of us spend lots of time indoors in front of technology, be it the television or the computer. We have our MP3 players playing in our ears regularly. And so oftentimes we can get vibrationally off center. We have a center. We have a center that is full of health. There's an abundance of health, wellness, a prosperity in all areas. We're born with this abundance. And when we find ourselves out of alignment with that abundance, then we have to bring ourselves into alignment. And for many of us, it's very subtle. And if we go long enough being out of alignment, we won't even feel out of alignment with our true nature, abundance of health, wellness, all that kind of good stuff. We won't even feel out of alignment. So what helps us is to go into nature and attune ourselves to nature. There's so many ways to readjust ourselves energetically, but that is what we're being called to do this year. Get into nature and realign yourself. Study animal totems. Are you continually seeing an animal? Or do you see an animal that you've never seen before? And I remember one day I saw a bluebird, and as a matter of fact, I saw several bluebirds. And so I began to realize I need to really look into what is the significance of the bluebird to me right now. There's wisdom in nature and our bodies. This is our earth. Our bodies they're our own personal earth. And the way that we will have a connection, a deeper connection to our bodies, which are good things, because you cannot experience this physical reality without a body. So our bodies are good. Our identities and just everything that's attached to this physical level of our being is good. But most of us don't know too much about it. And we are very out of alignment. So other things that we can do this year, this is what Geb is talking about, is we can eat food that vibrationally alters how where we are energetically. So I'm not one that likes to tell people what to eat, because I believe everyone has a body chemistry that is unique, and you have to figure out what to eat according to your own body chemistry. The thing is this: eat healthy for a while. 21 days, 28 days. That's anyone can do that. I mean, I know it's hard to do that when our palates make us want to eat otherwise, eat that good sugary food, that good fried food, all those foods that just really make us go, wow. I know, but give yourself the benefit of eating very healthy, and you may have to figure out what that is. In my opinion, what very healthy is minimal processed foods. The less processed you can eat, the better. Make everything from scratch. Also, lots of raw vegetables and fruits. If you're going to eat meat, and I'm not opposed to meat eating, but if you're going to eat it organic, natural, and if you can, try to make it as lean, or eat fish. You want to eat very, very healthy. The grains that you take in, no processed grains. We want the ones that came right off the little plant, like brown rice. Okay, eat some brown rice. And quinoa, that's another good grain. It's all kinds of grains out there. But you try to stay away from just plain white rice. That's what I'm trying to say. Try to stay away from just plain white flour. Now, I'm one that has to be gluten free. I can't even eat flour. Try to eat gluten free and see how different that is. When you eat healthy for a while and then you go back to eating all those foods that are quite delicious, but vibrationally are a little heavier, vibrationally alter your mood in a way that can be quite dramatic. It will make you appreciate and see the difference between eating one way and eating another. The more you eat healthy, the more you appreciate it and you want it. And I've heard so many people talk about having that light body. See, what we want is we want to get to that place within self-realization where our body becomes more of a tool. Our personality, our physical being becomes more of a tool that we use to have an experience in the physical realm. So we want our body to be light. We don't want this heavy body weighting us down with all the issues that come with having a heavy body, because a heavy body is not just necessarily heavy physically, but it's also heavy emotionally and mentally. And so what we want to do is to attune ourselves using food, eat healthier, and you can just take baby steps if you need to, but just do something. We can also attune ourselves using scents. I'm all into essential oils. Pick up an essential oil, lavender, eucalyptus. The sky is the limit as to what you can use. And those essential oils can truly begin to vibrationally raise you to the place where you need to be in your consciousness. I have a friend, her name is Charmaine. Hello, Charmaine. And I love using her oils. I love using natural soaps and oils. That's not to say I don't use soaps and oils that are not natural, just being honest. But I feel better when I do that. And one of my favorite ever is this one right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's Sat Ra Divine. And I use it on my hair, sometimes on my skin, a little bit on my skin. But I like this oil because the scent and just the herbs that she uses and the kinds of oil is just very high quality. It makes me feel so good. I can reattune and realign myself when my mood is off, using oils such as that. She also makes natural soaps. There are people out there making these kinds of products everywhere. If you want Charmaine's, you can just go to www.essencetree.com, and I'll make sure I put that in the description also for you. You can use crystals to reattune yourselves. I think people think crystals fix you. They don't. They assist you with fixing you. Because until we get deep down inside of ourselves and really begin to address what we really believe, then crystals are just going to be crystals would be like a band-aid. But I believe in crystals 100%. I carry a crystal with me everywhere I go. And I'm not a crystal expert. I say go to a crystal expert. My friend Ramona owns a store called stonekeepers.com. If you live in the Murfreesboro, Nashville area, or you just go to stonekeepers.com and you can order any crystal that you need. Ramona can get it to you. But crystals really can assist you with reattuning yourselves in their natural substances. That's the main thing that Geb is telling us, that we really need to appreciate nature and things that come from nature. And that is some of the power. The other day I talked about the old ways and how the old ways can be good. And we think sometimes these root doctors and people that are out collecting herbs, they're all backwards. But there are people that know the signs and they know we need to take cover because a storm is coming through. Or they can say, well, this person's skin looks a particular way, so this person needs XYZ herb, or they need to do this, drink this kind of water, or work with this kind of crystal. So I just encourage you to get back into nature. That is what Geb is calling us to do this year. Mother Earth is a big deal. This is your earth. This is your own personal Mother Earth. Here is something really simple, and it works. Go on a nature hike. Just go on a walk out in nature. The sun may be shining. It may be snowing outside. There's snow outside my door right now. Go into nature on a warm, sunny day, cold day. It doesn't matter. Go stand next to the river, the ocean. That will realign you, reattune you. Stand at the top of a cliff. Now, don't jump, okay? Don't stand at that cliff if you feel like you want to jump, okay? If that's the case, I just want you to sit at home and meditate. Don't do it. But anyway, that's a joke. But I stood on a cliff recently, and it is one of the most fascinating experiences. When the wind is blowing outside, let it really blow across you in a way that you're very aware of the wind blowing your hair, touching your skin. Nature reattunes us. So that is a word for you today from our 2011 Goddess Body, Mind and Spirit Divination. This is a year for us to take control of our health. One of those ways is to reattune ourselves using the energy of the earth and items that come from our Earth Mother. Again, this is Tirra-olufemi, wishing you a very natural, spiritual day as you realize the greatness and wonder of who you are. May you receive this goddess blessing of love, and also realize that your blessings await you just opening your hands to receive them. I give thanks to you this day again. Peace.